from Open Boosters. So how do you do it?
Boosters. We're in the Open Boosters automobile heading somewhere.
This is an Open Boosters automobile edition. And this is Edwin, the engineer.
All right, take the wheel. I'm gonna start opening packs.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So what are we? So what are we doing today, guys?
We are discussing.
No. Where are we going?
We're going to Rudy's.
Rudy's
Timmy's Emporium.
Yeah, Timmy's Emporium. Now, do you guys have any thoughts about this card shop? Do you think it's a rundown, not taken care of?
I think the whole thing's a green screen. I don't even think
so.
it exists, honestly.
Do you think he sleeps there?
I don't know if Rudy sleeps.
I think there's a no. I'm
I
telling
think
you,
it's too creepy.
I think he goes to his taco house.
I think there's a bed in the shop. I have a feeling because he works so much.
Yeah, there's a green screen and a bed.
Yes. All right, guys. So we were on a very interesting topic. Edwin and Open Boosters was talking about this awesome topic. Open Boosters. Why don't you talk about? So what was the topic again? The Magic ending, right?
So years in the future, are Magic cards eventually going to peak and roll over and start going down in value? Or at least the old school cards is what we're talking about. Or is the entirety of old school cards going to keep going up? And I'll let Open Booster say what his take is.
Yeah, so what was the take?
So
nice and loud.
Is once we're dead, basically, the actual Power 9 and that kind of stuff, the dual lands, they'll still be up. They're kind of like the Supermans of the set. And then like Gauntlet of Mike, Berserk, all that's going to go womp womp and start declining. That's the way baseball happened. The people who watched the games, they died. And then all the other ones that you don't know about, the players that nobody even knows about, even though they were really good, they declined.
Wait, what analogy of the baseball cards? Vintage cards?
Vintage cards.
So like Harmon Killebrew, those type of William Stargell?
They're all going to go down, and they all go down in value. It's that mentality. You haven't seen the game. You have no connection to them, and if you haven't seen it, it's just not going to be.
But I came from the sports world. I've been seeing the prices. They still look okay.
They look okay,
but they're not. But you're saying that as these baby boomers, all them pass away, it's gonna.
That's what happens. I mean, that happens to everything.
Except Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth's going to stay up there. Yeah. Mickey Mantle's going to stay up there. Right. You know, Hank Aaron's going to stay up there.
All
the ones that you know. All the ones that are always in the spotlight. Because they're always going to show the greatest hits. They're always going to show the greatest moments.
Right.
Kind of stuff.
But like all the Eddie Pafko #1, the set collecting thing for 1952 tops, those are more like just novelty for people that care about collecting the sets.
Correct.
And so you're saying, because what you're telling me, historically, let's just be very clear on this, okay? Historically, you're saying that people, as they get older, they're not going to care about like the 1952 tops baseball set as a whole, as a historical collection?
A historical collection, it still won't grab their attention as much as whatever's going on in their life today.
So this analogy, then, we're talking about Magic and Alpha. Edwin's on the other side of the coin saying what?
Okay, so I do have a slightly different opinion on it. So everything that Dan said, of course, has validity. But I think there's a difference with Magic. The difference with Magic the Gathering is with baseball cards.
Wait, who's Dan? Well, Dan is Open Boosters, guys. But let's just call him Dan. That's his stage name.
Yeah, we'll bleep that.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
So what's different with Magic the Gathering is you've got a situation where the cards actually all interact together and you play a game, where with baseball cards it was mostly just about collecting, and you would go for your favorite player and such. But with Magic the Gathering, what gives value to the Lotus and the dual lands and everything is their relative power and use with the other cards around them. And since you there are going to be people that still know how to play the game, because there have been so many cards created, and now it so permanently exists and just has been shoved out there into the world. I think the fact that the other cards exist and the game can still be played, even in the total absence of Wizards of the Coast even existing, that the other cards that surround it in the old school format, since they also have lower print runs and they are made to go in tandem with these other cards, I agree that the biggest ones that he mentioned, the power and the dual lands, they will fall the lowest. They'll have the least amount of decrease. But I think the surrounding cards around them will also maintain much more relative value than the less famous baseball cards did, because Magic is an actual game that you can play and all the cards interact with each other.
Yeah, rebuttal. So let me just be kind of the moderator here. I think what he's saying is that Magic has an X factor that collect, because in sports card world, it's just collecting, right? You can't play with the cards. Now there is a nostalgia, right? It's all nostalgia. Like you said earlier, you see the players play. You grow up with Mickey Mantle. You grow up with Ken Griffey Jr. You know, but this is different because what you have here is a game that you forever can play and play and play. So what's your thought on that aspect of Magic?
All right, so how many 20-year-olds are currently playing with Black Lotuses, Moxes, and Dual Lands?
0.
There you go.
Not 0. It's actually not 0.
I have a couple clients.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. That's
It's not.
two or three.
It's close enough to be 0.
Yeah, there are newer players that are actually coming in and buying old school cards, and they are getting involved.
Okay.
But it's
So how many of their childhood friends are coming in and playing old school?
No, of course not as many.
And how many of their cousins are coming in and playing old school?
But even if they're not buying
when
it,
you have an attachment to a set, like I have an attachment to Alpha and Beta because I played it.
Right.
But I know people who really don't give a hoot about Alpha and Beta. They love Urza's Saga.
Right.
Or they came in at Kamigawa and they're like, please open boosters, open Kamigawa, quit opening this other stuff.
Wow, yeah.
Because they have that attachment, that emotional draw. Once you lose the emotional draw, the prices are going to go down. We're alive, and as 40-year-olds make a lot of money, prices go up.
Right.
And as the 50s and 60-year-olds, they start getting to the retirement. They want to get that extra kid factor. That makes the prices go up. Once those people start dying off, only the big stuff will remain high.
All right. So
Okay,
guys,
so
no. I have to rebuttal this part, guys. Hold on a second. Okay, hear me out. Listen, guys. Dan Open Boosters just gave a really good point, and I've been saying this on all the videos. When you finally get to 40s and 50s, you start. Okay, so I told you guys in the other videos, and you're going to see these massive collections too. There's a trend going on. People in their 50s and 60s are selling these cards to me in large amounts, and I'm not kidding. They just want to sell them because they want to retire. Whoever's watching this video, you guys know who you are. You got these cards for a very low price for what they are. You just want to buy a house, travel the world, go on a cruise, right? That's what's going to happen. Open Boosters brought up a great point. It's supply and demand. You know, we're not talking about nostalgia here. The sheer supply at a point where all of us are 50s, 60s, right? You know, I'm 38, right? You know, once we get to that point, right? 60s, 70s, God, 70s, geez Louise.
Yeah, let's not talk about it yet.
Yeah, but let's think about that, guys. Think about that very carefully. Are you going to, unless we pass this to our family, and we pass it to our kids, and they also gravitate towards your passion of collecting and investing in Magic, there's going to be an infinite supply of flood of cards that come out, right? That will come out, right? That's what's crazy. Okay, so to that point, Edwin's going to say what he thinks, but the nostalgia part, Dan, you're exactly right. Now, here's the part I disagree with the nostalgia part. And I agree and disagree. Star power. Number one, Black Lotus, those will always be known because what happens is the young kids, even at our booth at a GP or whatever, they still love the Black Lotus. They hear about the mythological Black Lotus, right? They still think about Black Lotus. But do they care about, to Dan's point, great point, who the hell cares about stone throwing giants? Rook egg. I mean, are you kidding me? No one cares, right? Okay, your point. Go ahead. Yeah.
So everything that both Dan said is very valid, absolutely. But I've already experienced this when if a player that's a new player and has never had a chance to buy these old school cards, if they have any opportunity to buy these cards at a price that's within their range, I have met all kinds of younger people that'll jump out there and grab it. And so I'm not disagreeing that the old nostalgic guys who have more money, when they start dying off, then there will be a price drop. Absolutely, yes. But what I've also seen is that so many other younger players have heard about these cards. They're like legendary for these guys, right? If they get anywhere within their buying power, their grasp, and if they're passionate about Magic, they will in fact, at some point, at some price, they will jump out there and snap them up. Now, I don't know where that price is going to be. I'm positive it's non-zero. And I'm also positive that you're right, that when the older guys who were able to buy them cheaper and who are more passionate about it, you know, start like getting out of that market, that price will drop. I'm positive of that too. So what you're thinking is, like, you're thinking this price is going to come way down. I think it's going to hit a floor not quite as far down as what we're actually thinking, because there's so many new players. There's millions of new players in the world. And of these millions of new players, if even like 2% of them are passionate about it, about older cards that they never even had the chance to own, but they heard about them and they were legendary, just even 2% of those guys coming out and being willing to put up some money is going to put a floor on that price. So I don't think it'll fall all the way down.
Yeah, but you're saying legendary.
Well, they are. They are legendary.
Okay, Flight is a legendary card.
Well, yes. Yes, a Beta Flight is a big deal. I can name all kinds of people that if they had a chance and they go to a store and they buy a Beta Flight, that is their proud card. And
Do you not believe that Beta Flight will be $100? Let's say $100 bill one day.
It will. It will.
In high grade, yes.
No, even ungraded. You don't believe so, ever.
I do.
An HP,
I think so.
An HP one?
So back to the
Remember
analogy.
inflation too.
Well, back to the analogy of baseball cards.
Inflation doesn't count. Okay.
Back to the analogy of baseball cards. If you have like a PSA 8 52 tops common, it's like $300, $400.
Well, I said heavy play.
Right. So back to what you're saying. HP of those, like played stuff, they're about $30, $20, right? So I guess the whole point is that the question is, what's weird about Magic is that there's an increasing hoarding of cards. And so that's what's different about a lot of the baseball cards, is that there's a lot of fan favorites, right? And it doesn't even have to be good cards.
True.
There's that Jade statue guy, there's an Arabian Mountains guy, of course. There's guys who collected Fungosaur,
Fungosaur is cool.
There's a guy who collects Natural Selection, that's spiked. What do you call it? What else? A Personal Incarnation, for some reason, spiked, right?
Well, Personal Incarnations, that's a great art.
All right, so what's a bad rare?
Chaos Lace.
Keep it. Dan, what's a bad rare you've opened?
Farmstead.
Oh, yeah. That one's about the
But
worst.
that one makes me laugh so much.
Side note, when you open your packs and you get a crappy rare, what do you really think in your head when you get
If it's a lace, that's when I usually go, oh, it's a lace. Everything else, except for Death Lace,
You're like,
because I like the artwork of Death
it's a lace. Yeah. Oh, it's a lace.
Yeah, the laces are pretty bad.
How about the expression you go,
Most of the other rares I've
Cyclopia
used.
too. We haven't seen that for a while. That's good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
those are pretty good. Yeah, those are
Cyclopia
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when you know it's an epic pull,
Then it's off the
then he
charts.
almost like crumbles.
Now,
Have you guys seen that black
look?
look?
To get something that is not epic.
Yes.
You know, I've already had my mindset, but it's not going to be epic. I'm still waiting
yeah.
for my island rare. When I get to the box, we'll definitely be pulling an island rare. I expected to pull an island rare for a while now. I actually want to contact Beckett and put a sticker on it. I'll sleeve it right there, put a sticker on it, and I want them to grade it as an island rare.
Yeah.
Because it's from the rare sheet.
Tell everybody the feeling when you first pulled that Alpha Black Lotus. What was the feeling really? What was the emotions that came in?
Well, the feeling was pretty much exactly how it sounded. Holy,
F.
you know, I was just like, it shouldn't have happened.
Oh, that
It
was
shouldn't
so
have been there. I was expecting Bayou. I mean,
Well, when you saw the Trop though.
the Trop is nowhere near the Black Lotus.
No, it is. Yeah, well, where's that
Well,
sheet?
it's on the left.
No. Trop and Trap. Okay.
No.
It's Trop and Black Lotus and Mox Emerald and Black Lotus.
No, it's Mox Emerald, Black Lotus, Lord of the Pit.
Oh, I thought it was Trop.
Side note, isn't it amazing that these guys can even just quote the sheet and like where these cards are in orientation?
Only because it's
Yeah, this guy actually has a sheet like hanging.
Oh, we
up.
gotta
I
do a
got to see
video
it, by
on
the
that
way.
one of
It
these
was really
days on the
cool.
wall. Yeah, we missed that.
It was very cool.
Oh, by the way, did you bring your beta starter?
I did. I did.
Yes.
So guys,
But I lost my. What's funny is I think I accidentally threw away my top to the
What'd you do?
X-Acto knife.
Oh no.
So
No, we'll open it a different. I'm sure Rudy has a
I
machine
brought
gun.
the exacting.
Oh,
Did
okay.
you get the gloves and the
I
mat
brought
and all
the
that?
gloves. I brought extra gloves too, just in case everybody wants.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh!
Yeah, I want to wear gloves.
Blue
I want to wear
gloves.
gloves.
All right, guys.
We'll
We'll
just stand in the background and wear gloves.
All right, well, we'll end it like that. So, guys, we're gonna have a video of lots of videos on this road trip with Edwin Engineer, Open Boosters, Rudy from Alpha Investments, and myself, Daniel with Unacknowledged Magic Investments. And that's what Rudy does. And I appreciate my 0.0009% female viewership. No, but guys, seriously, do you guys agree? Do you guys agree with Edwin? Do you guys agree with Open Boosters? This is an awesome topic. I would like to hear what you guys think. I mean, seriously, guys, it's pretty crazy, right? To think that these cards might just be exactly what you said, Dan. Like, this stuff might be gone when we die. This might just be worth nothing.
Well, it's not gonna be worth nothing.
Yeah.
It's just,
it'll tank to a certain point.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying that it'll be worth something, but the levels will not maintain.
Right.
Okay. But what
we're
percentage?
still on the rise right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
We're on the rise. That's what she said.
Yep.
All right.
That is what she said.
All right, guys. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.